Hello everyone, my name is Imperius and welcome back to Eviternity II. Today we're doing map number 5. And this level just has no business being as beautiful as it is. I really like what they've gone for in the sort of crumbling, floating buildings, the rips in the ceiling, the sky. It's a really nice level, very well designed. And pretty tricky too on this difficulty. So we're going to just do some circle strafing for now, try to instigate some infighting. And I'm also going to try and be a little bit careful of the shell pickups, because I don't want to waste ammo, because it's a little tight, especially in the start. There's even rain. I think there was rain in the first level as well. I don't know how you do that on like not Jeezy Doom, but I guess they found a way. Like that Revenant missile, it found a way. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, so this level is called Departure, and it is the last level of the walk back through heaven. We'll be moving on to the Aztec realm after this. Which always makes me feel, always reminds me of that word, what's it called? Avactor, which is one of my favourites. Anyway, back to this level. We'll just wake up this demon, and then once we press that button, we'll go back, run around the corner, because there will be some arch vials around here, or at least one arch vial, and then there's a lot of hit scanners in the back as well. So we can kill the arch vial quite comfortably from here. Then we deal with the Caca demons. That switch has opened up the barrier where the revenants were previously on top of. So we'll go through there once we're finished with all that. Right, now I've got a backpack. I'll pick up the rest of the shells, get some health, back to 100. Now I'm going to go around and kill those hit scanners, who've mostly killed themselves by the looks of things. I think there's another green suit in there. We could save that for later. For now, we're just going to pick up the chain gun and carry on. So I'm going to go up this way first just to kill the shotgunners, otherwise they start wandering around and can snipe you in inopportune moments. And then I'm going to come up this side, because this is the side I'm actually going to do first. Possibly you have to do this first, now that I think about it. And I'll just tickle those corporals through the barriers there, get them dead. And this is, yeah, a nice little ambush. Don't get caught between the cacos. We're just doing circles or U-shapes, whatever is possible in a given moment. And I'm choking a little bit here, so best get out. There's some health. One more would be nice, but I think we'll be okay with what we've got. I don't think the revenants can actually come down the stairs, so this is a good place to stand to kill them safely. But again, the incremental difficulty increase from UV to this Annihilate Me version of the level is pretty high. Like, I think it adds 3 cyber demons at least, and then a whole bunch of arch vials and other nasty things as well. Again, I found this pretty chill on Ultraviolence, which, again, you'd kind of expect for only the 5th level in a 37 level Megawad. But this was quite tricky. This certainly isn't a blind playthrough. I've completely abandoned that that approach now, by the way. Every run that you see I think is going to be a practice one, just because you can never really tell what the fights are going to be. Anyway, hop out that window, get the secret, there's a mega armor, mop up any corporals, and now we're going to go and do what I consider probably the hardest fight of the level, which is this little plasma gun fight down here. So I like to have 200-200 for this fight, which is why I do it now. It's also a little bit dicey, so best to get it out of the way first, whilst your skill is still high and your chokage is lower. That was opportune, but I would have taken the hit there anyway. And now what I like to do is just hide behind the back here, just because it gives me a bit of cover from the archviles. And there we go. That's pretty much it. So you can, like I said, I like to stand behind the back there because it just gives you a bit of cover against the archviles. And what is it? Corporals, pinkies, and imps. They're pretty low damaging enemies. So if you can take a lot of chip damage and still be okay, which is why I quite like to stand behind there. And I'll just try to maximize the amount of blue armor I've got left, and we'll drop down here for a secret. I may regret that later, but we might as well pick it up now, just because I might forget the secret otherwise. Now the barriers are still up, so I have to go back the way I came, which is through the secret door, secret window. And now we can go down these steps. Watch out for the shotgun guy in there. He can get you. Nothing too difficult about this, just don't try not to take too much damage, because it will be a while before we get access to another blue armor at the least. Although there are quite a lot of green armors in this WOD so far. Every level has had lots of green armors, and I think that's because it's a co-op difficulty, so I guess they want to be putting double the amount of suits of armor in. That's my theory anyway. But like, if you take that pit fight that we did, there was like 3 or 4 green suits down there, which under normal circumstances would just be kind of ridiculous for a level designed around one player. That's what makes me think. Right. Just take this slowly. There is an Eratnatron up there, but we can get him from down here with a shotgun. 8 or 9 shots, depending on how lucky we are. There's another green. There's 2 green armors here, look. See what I mean about the green armors? There's plenty of them, but just not many blue ones. Just a few rockets, just to stop them overwhelming me, and then I'll go back to the shotgun. Right, up the lift, and then we're going to go into our next sort of set-piece fight. There's a cyber demon in here, along with a whole bunch of other nasty things. I think it's some arachnotrons as well, some of those special ones. The ones that use the skin from Ancient Aliens, more or less. So they're in that pit there, and up they come. And there's some astrals as well. In fact, it is astrals. Now there is an arachnotron in there, I saw it. Right, we're choking a little bit again, so let's get out. Kind of concerned about standing in front of that doorway because I might get blasted by a rocket. I definitely wouldn't recommend this approach, so I'm going to grab the Soul Sphere now. And where is that Cyber Demon? Those astrals just make me so nervous because once they close the distance on you, you're basically fucked. They're a very high tension enemy because they can be quite easily managed from a distance, but once they get close to you, you can't beat them in close combat because of the speed, unpredictability, and the spread, and the damage. Right. And he's gone outside. Fantastic. Yeah, this is not the way I would recommend that you approach this. I'd take this as a masterclass in what not to do. So I'm going to drop down here and try and take him from the low ground. Ooh. There we go. Oh, he was quite weak then. He must have taken quite a lot of damage from the infighting. That's good. See if I can make this jump. I cannot. You can, or at least you used to be able to jump across straight to the platform, but it doesn't really do much. So let's get back to full health and armor. We'll pick up some more cells because they're always useful to have. And just checking the corpses of those arachnotrons. Good, and that lowers the bars, so we could have now gone and done the red key fight if we hadn't already got it through the secret route. And because we have it, we can now come straight to this bit. A lot of hit scans here. There's a revenant that snipes you from the side. It's pretty spicy. Grab that health kit. Got to retreat again. And see, this is where I'm regretting picking up that Berserk pack earlier. But it's okay, there are more health boxes. Try the jump again and fail again. Sad times. We're about halfway through in terms of enemy count, but we are much further progressed in terms of the progress of the level. There's one really big fight towards the end, which will count for hundreds of enemies. But it's not too bad because you do have a BFG. You've got pretty much unlimited ammo for it. You've got plenty of ammo for it, and there's good healing options available. Forget that pinky demon. It can be one enemy that you miss if you forget that he's down there. More green armor. And then there's a few astrals up here, so best just to lure them out one by one, kill them with the rocket launcher. Do not let them close in on you. Right, now, if we go over here, we can activate an arch file just by peeking around the corner and getting some blast damage, but it actually triggers an imp teleport ambush as well, so we can deal with that quickly. And then we just want to shoot, that's it, wake him up, we'll bring him out. And then same again with the Hell Knights. Oops. Forgot there was a second one there. Another green armor, so we're well stocked on armor. And we got a good amount of cells, which is exactly what we want going into the last fight. Although we do have to do a little bit here first. Two spectral astral cacodemons, and then a baron. And then when we push the switch behind us, this switch, we're going to open up a little trigger. This can catch you off guard if you're not prepared, but if you are, just use the plasma or rocket launcher and you'll be fine. Now then, on to the final fight. Really it's the penultimate fight, but it's like the last proper fight. So we get the BFG, we're going to go down here, and we're basically just going to do a U-shape to try and kill everything. There's pretty much, there's plenty of BFG ammo, so don't worry too much about it. And there we go. That might have looked worse than it was, just because as the enemies are spawning in, they're obviously a bit more spread out, but if you just sort of push your way through them, manage it back and forward. There was some sloppy moments there for sure, but I don't think it's as difficult as it may have perhaps looked. I never actually died on that fight. Not in UV, not in my practice of this level, and obviously not now. Now, what we can do is drop down here, get a secret cell pack, which we're going to need because you might notice there's still 10 enemies left. I believe all 10 of those are either cyber demons or archviles. And I think we fight, is it 4 cyber demons? As soon as we pick up this blue key, they spawn in the middle. So obviously fighting multiple ones is quite tricky. My advice is to try and get out and stand over here. Then at least you've got a bit of cover to move side to side. Now there's plenty of cells, so don't worry about shooting all the cells. Just shoot all of your cells, go get more cells, then come back. And don't try and get too close with the BFG. At this point, it's just not worth it. 20 minutes in, you don't want to be taking a hit here. So let's not do that. So 6 enemies left. They're all archviles. They're all down here. Probably should have grabbed a few more cells before I did this, but doesn't matter. Look at that. What was that? Like a triple blast. You love to see it. Again, I'm not really too fussed because, well, I didn't expect to take a triple blast, but I also didn't expect to be killed. And I wasn't. And there you go. All of the kills. We're still missing one secret, which is a soul sphere that I didn't actually end up needing. So you come up here, inside one of these, there's a switch. Shoot the switch, down around the corner, get the soul sphere. Easy. And yeah, well, there's cells for days, so we would have been okay. We probably should have got more cells before we fought those archviles. But it didn't end up mattering. Anyway, that is the end of level 5 and the end of the first episode of Eviternity II. So far, so good. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.